Welcome back, folks. I'm Lloyd Purvis and this is Run4Adventure. Thanks for joining us for another video, and you actually joined me in the beautiful French town of Chamonix, a town that myself and Liga love so much. And we're here bright-eyed and bushy-tailed in the morning in front of the iconic church that plays a big part in the start line and finish line of UTMB. With the town being so active, there's people around already, and it is early in the morning. It makes you want to get up and get started early on your day. And our first day in town, we always love to start with a trail run, with it being obviously the mecca of trail running. So it is no ordinary trail run. We're going to be heading up the vertical kilometre route. It's a route we love to run, and it's a great way of sort of shocking the system into life, getting used to the thinner air, which we're feeling already, and the higher elevation. Can you tell? I'm super excited for our first run in town. Liga's with me, she's behind the camera. So let's get on the trails, let's get this run done and show you some of the stunning views along the way. Well, this has definitely got the heart pumping and the blood pumping and the legs working hard, but we're getting to halfway and we're about 30 minutes into the climb, nice and steady, and everything's starting to regulate. Breathing's getting better, heartbeat is slowing down, which is a good feeling. It doesn't take long, you do soon adjust. So we're going to get to the halfway and we're going to take a gel and then push on to the top there. Look at the views, just so inspiring. Such a mega place. I love this climb, it gives you amazing views of the valleys. We've got the cable cars going overhead, and where's our campsite? It's down there somewhere. We're a little bit too far away to see it, but onwards and upwards. So good to be back in Chamonix. After we'd taken on some very much needed calories, we continued to push towards the summit at Plan Praz. It's not long after the halfway point of the ascent that you start to see the early signs of how technical this climb's going to get the nearer you get to the top. With cables attached to the rocks to help you to pull yourself up some of the steeper sections, but it really is worth all the effort because the stunning views of Mont Blanc, surrounding mountains, and the beautiful Chamonix Valley. At around 200 to 300 meters to go, you hit the first ladder, which can be a little bit daunting the first time you see it, but if you take your time and be careful, it's actually not too bad. And then a handy placed metal handrail and another long cable to pull yourself up with, and then you literally pop out onto the decking at the top and you have successfully navigated the Mont Blanc VK route. We have cracked it. That is the vertical kilometre route done. Good run?
Yeah, good.
Proper challenging. It took a long time for us to regulate the oxygen and our legs were on fire halfway up, but it did settle down. Such a great first run to do if you're in Chamonix. Obviously, if you are a bit worried about heights, then maybe not the run for you because it does get technical at the top, but it's really good fun. It really is, and I definitely recommend it. We never run down that route. It's super sketchy. I've done it once, I'll never do it again, and it's real slow going. So we're gonna head for the trail at Plan Praz and head back down to town that way. We've definitely worked up an appetite, that's for sure. We started early, we didn't have any breakfast, so I think the first stop, once we're back in town, to the campsite, have a shower, and then on to the bakery, and there might be a certain coffee shop that we're going to visit as well, but let's get down the trail first and back into town. So we have made it back down in one piece, back to where we started in front of this iconic church. And remember guys, it's where we're meeting for our shakeout run the Wednesday of UTMB week at 9 AM in the morning. So in front of the church here, if you're out here running, spectating, or just on holiday, we'd love you to come along and join us. It's just a steady 4-mile run down by the river, and then we're going to go to Moody's and grab a coffee. And speaking of coffee, I definitely need one. How about you?
Yes, please.
I think I've been just as excited about this first coffee as I have been about that first run. So let's go and get showered. Let's go and get some coffees. Well done, Nichols.
Well done.
Let's go. Boy, have I been waiting for this. So Moody's coffee, if you're ever in Chamonix and you are a coffee lover like myself and Liga, you have to pay it a visit. Best coffee in town. In fact, some of the best coffee I've ever had. You get this lovely little chocolate brownie on the top. Beautiful. And it's just the perfect balance with the coffee and the chocolate. How good is that? Worth the trip alone. But now we're going to go around the corner, sit down in a little square with some beautiful views of Mont Blanc, have our coffee and have a sandwich and a pastry. Life don't get any better than this. Having visited the beautiful mountains of Chamonix several times now, it really does feel very much like our second home, just because we know the town so well. On arriving, it's always good to have a stroll round to see if anything's changed since our last visit. And obviously, being a running related YouTube channel, we have to pop into all the fantastic sports shops and check out all the new shoes and kit that's on offer. If you're obsessed with the latest running products and tech like me, then you're bound to love coming to this very sporty and active town of Chamonix. Well, that was awesome being back in town, popping in and seeing the guys at Moody's, getting a beautiful flat white and getting a nice baguette from the bakery and a nice chocolate muffin actually. And then it was really cool to walk around town and, you know, just to see all the places that we love to see when we come to Chamonix, because it's been a year since we've been here. Obviously, the other side of when we come around these road trips is it's not all running up in the mountains and going out and having nice food and tasty coffees. We have to do a fair bit of time in front of the laptop putting these videos together, because it doesn't happen by magic. So I've got the laptop here. I'm going to set up my mobile studio inside the adventure bus and probably spend, you know, a good 3.5 hours editing today. And we do that most days, some days a lot longer, into the early hours of the night. But it's definitely worth it, because we obviously get to film some epic content out here in Chamonix. So let's get this computer fired up, spend a few hours in front of it, putting a video together, and then we're going to pop back in town tonight and grab some dinner at Liga's favourite restaurant. Once the editing was done, we headed off to one of our favourite restaurants at the top of town called Cool Cats, which is actually an artisan hot dog restaurant. It has a great menu that accommodates vegetarians, vegans and meat eaters, full of tasty dishes, and myself and Liga actually find it very hard to stay away whenever we're staying in town. Not only is the food full of flavour, it's also very reasonably priced when you compare it to a lot of the restaurants in town. The only thing I would say is always make sure you leave a little bit of room for dessert. So the perfect end to a perfect first day in Chamonix. You can't beat it with a bit of ice cream, walking through town after a super tasty dinner at Cool Cats. Really hope you've enjoyed coming on our first day in Chamonix and how we'd always like to spend our first days in Chamonix, coming back to the town that we love, trail running, eating good food, finished off with ice cream, and let's not forget moody coffee as well. If you have enjoyed it, don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. We'll be back on the channel very soon. Keep your eyes peeled, lots of exciting mountain content coming over the next few weeks. And as always, stay safe and keep on running. I'm eating ice cream.